Welcome to Troop 685 Talk, your weekly update for scouts and families. Have you ever noticed that when scouts go on spring break, the adults actually end up working like twice as hard behind the scenes?
Oh, yeah, that is definitely true. The coordination never really takes a holiday.
Right. So today we're unpacking the March 15th eBlast to show you exactly how that behind the scenes prep sets up the whole spring calendar.
Exactly. I mean, that recent weekend event we had, it was a massive success, but entirely because of our adult volunteers taking the time to really plan it out.
Oh, absolutely. A huge thank you to all of them.
Yeah, and anyone wanting to see the proof of all that hard work, you can actually check out the photos linked in this week's eBlast.
Which is great to see.
Mhm.
And, that volunteer effort leads right into tomorrow night, March 16th. The adults are meeting at Casa Garcia's in Pflugerville at 7 p.m. for the March Committee meeting.
Always a good time over there.
Yeah, definitely. And that's to shape the next set of outings. But meanwhile, the youth leaders are actually doing their own strategizing tonight.
Right, the PLC.
Exactly. The Patrol Leaders Council. They have an online meeting tonight at 5 p.m.
And youth leaders just need to check Slack for that invite.
Eh.
I mean, this dual-track planning, right? Adults at Casa Garcia's and youth on Slack, it really highlights a pretty important shift in how the troop operates.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the eBlast also mentions the registration link for the UK Texas MBU.
Right, the Merit Badge University. I have to admit, seeing them organize on Slack or handling their own registration for that MBU so they can knock out multiple badges at once, it feels a little weird as a parent.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah, because we are so used to managing their schedules for them. So are we expecting too much by suddenly handing over the digital reins to a teenager?
Well, no, not really. We're actually giving them a safe environment to practice the exact self-management skills they'll need, later in life.
That's a really good point.
Right. So by shifting tools like Slack and registration links directly to the scouts, we move the burden of responsibility. It stops being the parent asking, did you pack your bag?
Right. Right. And it becomes the scout realizing, oh, I have a 5 p.m. meeting. I need to check the agenda. It turns everyday logistics into micro lessons in accountability.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Hmm.
It's not just about getting to the meeting, it's about the leadership required to get yourself there.
Exactly.
And that accountability is going to be tested right after the break. The immediate focus for everyone is our first big gathering back, which is the troop meeting on March 23rd at 7 p.m. at St. John Lutheran Church.
Right. And that meeting actually kicks off a heavily scheduled week. So from March 27th through the 29th, we have the 2026 Section G2 Lone Star Fellowship for OA.
Oh, the Order of the Arrow.
Right, Scouting's National Honor Society. And that starts at 5 p.m. down at Camp Karankawa in Mathis.
Okay, so a bit of a drive for that one. And while those older OA scouts are down in Mathis, the very same weekend brings a completely different energy to the rest of the group.
Oh, yeah, a big shift.
Because March 29th is the PAC 912 crossover at 4:45 p.m. in Hutto.
That is a huge milestone. It really is. We are officially welcoming the newest and youngest scouts into the troop, which, completely changes our dynamic.
Yeah, and we'll be integrating those new scouts immediately at the very next troop meeting, which is March 30th at 7 p.m. back at St. John Lutheran Church.
Got it. March 30th.
Yep. And the momentum from that crossover leads straight into a troop-wide initiative on April 4th. We have the Chartered Organization Service Project starting at 9 a.m., also at St. John.
Right, because giving back to the organization that hosts us is, well, it's a fundamental part of the troop's identity.
It absolutely is.
So it is a packed spring schedule, to say the least. So I want to leave everyone with a quick thought. Think of this current spring break like repacking your backpack on a long hike.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Thanks. I mean, if you don't take a minute to take the weight off your shoulders, rest and reorganize, the next mile is just going to be miserable.
It really is. So take advantage of the downtime, sleep in, recharge those batteries, and figure out what small organizational habits you need to build this week.
Yeah, so you're ready to hit the trail running when we return. Rest up now so you can return ready to lead.
Perfect.
That's it for this week's Troop 685 Talk. We'll see you at the next troop meeting Monday at 7 p.m. at St. John Lutheran Church.
Thanks for listening, and remember,
Troop 685 is where scouts lead the adventure.